everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lavraj Kariwal. I'm your international student coach. And today we are going to talk about John Molson School of Business, which is a school of business at Concordia University located in Montreal, province of Quebec in Canada. And today we have with us a special guest, David Spinner, who is not just an ex-MBA student at John Molson School of Business, but also he's a faculty member at Dawson College in Quebec. So welcome, David Spinner. David, could you please tell a bit about yourself to our audience today?
Certainly. Thank you, Lavraj. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about John Molson School of Business, also known as JMSB. So myself, as a background, I started my career as a student in psychology. Then I did social work, and I worked in the field of social work for 10 years. After that, I was able to get a job working at Dawson College in the social service program, which is a 3-year technical program, and I'll talk about that in a second. And during my time there, I decided to go back to school while working and did my MBA at JMSB, and certainly we'll get into that experience and the joys of going through that. What's unique here in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, is what we have is the CEGEP system. So after you finish high school, after 11th grade, you have the opportunity to go into CEGEP. Generally, there are general programs, which are 2-year programs, and then you have technical programs, which are 3-year programs. So my program that I work in is a 3-year technical program, which allows a lot of students to go out into the workforce right after graduating from this program. They get hired in all areas of social services.
All right. Thank you very much, David, for introducing yourself. It's a pleasure to host you today. So, David, my first question to you is, would you please share your overall experience at John Molson School of Business as MBA student?
So, for me, what was interesting is I started my MBA a little bit, I guess, later. I was a little bit on the older side relative to the rest of the student population. But that didn't prevent anything for me in terms of the experience. The community was a great community there. You had people from all over the world, which was, really nice. So you had, local people here from Canada, from Montreal, because they're attracted to the John Molson School of Business, which is such a reputable school across the country and even globally. And then you have people that come from all over the world. Like off the top of my head, I'll tell you, we had people from Venezuela, you have people from China, you have people from India, you have people from Mexico. So you have people from all over the place, amongst others. That certainly wasn't limited to that. So it's a very welcoming city and a very welcoming program, a very welcoming university for that. The program has changed since I was there. When I was there, it was a 2-year program, the MBA. I did it part-time, so it took me 4 years, taking a few courses each semester. Now they've pared it down. You can do it in as little as a year and a half. So there's less credits, less courses to take, and you could take courses through the summer, and so that's really a nice option in terms of lightening your course load during the rest of the year, so that you're not overly stressed. The teachers are very welcoming, always open to interactions and to questions and guiding through. I mean, certainly math wasn't my strong suit, and I was able to learn a lot, which was nice. It was a great experience to walk away with there as well. One of the big focus is with the whole John Molson, whether you're doing an undergrad or you're doing a graduate program, is there's a lot of focus around case competitions, which is really, really nice. And a case competition, if you're not aware, is where teams, usually of 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 5, are given a case, and you try to crack the case with a solution that might help the business grow and solve whatever problem is presented within the case. And then you give a presentation and you get judged, and there's prizes awarded, cash prizes and so on to the winning team. Now, John Molson is the host of the largest and longest running international case competition. So every January, you have 36 teams of schools descending on Montreal in a hotel, usually in a non-pandemic time. We get, in person at a hotel in downtown Montreal, where there is a lot of opportunity to interact socially. There's networking events. You meet businesses. So job opportunities get presented to you and that type of interaction. And it's a week-long competition. So every day there's 1 or 2 cases that the teams compete in. There's the cup at the end, and then there's big celebration, and there's prizes of, I don't remember the amount. I think it's $10,000 goes to the winning school, and then just contending for second and third place. It's an opportunity, like I could tell you so some of the opportunities that you have as a student in the MBA is to either be a participant, and there's a pretty rigorous tryout process, and the teacher who runs a class makes those decisions who's up for the challenge of a week-long competition. And then there's other competitions that we go to in Toronto, in Calgary, so in the US. So there's other competitions around the world even that our students go and compete in. But to compete in a John Molson competition, you have to be the best of the best in terms of your presenting style and your ability to crack a case and working in a team. So there's all those great skills that you bring together. So you can be a competitor, but you could also be an organizer of the event, which is what I did. I took care of the logistics, the day-to-day running of the event. And that allowed me to interact with people from every team, coaches from those teams, the judges. So it was a really amazing opportunity because you're meeting people from all over the world. So there might be from your home country if you're an international student, or there might be some other countries. And then when you get to travel, and I still have friends from that time that are living in South Africa, Finland, Australia, France, Germany, you can name countries, and I probably can pinpoint somebody that'll give me a little quick tour, which is nice. So those are some of the, the key things. That there's also a student society. So if you like to help plan events for the students, social events and so on. So that's really great. And then for international students, there's a very nice welcoming office, the International Students Office. And there they'll help you take care of things that you may not know that you need to take care of, or things that you don't know how to do because you're coming to a new country. So maybe it's financial issues, maybe it's things like immigration questions or student visas and permits. And so they have a website and you can follow through with that. There's a checklist of things even before you leave, before you apply. What do you need to know? And they're really, really helpful there. In addition, there's also like a group of international students that they plan events as well for the international students to connect. So maybe there's people that end up meeting and you're from the same country, they get to connect as well, or from different countries as well. And what's nice is they have a shared experience discussion. So, we're all, individuals coming from different countries, studying in a foreign country and learning how to survive the Montreal winters, right? If you're coming from a hot country, you need to know what kind of gear that you have to wear when it's minus 30 out and you're going to walk from your apartment to the university, for example. So it's a really good community that gets built within the university, with the teachers, with the students at all levels. So the beauty is that experience all happens at different levels, all in one building in downtown Montreal. So in the heart of the action, and it's a state-of-the-art building. It's really environmentally friendly. It's great for study spaces and group work. The classrooms are good with technology. So it's a nice environment to learn and to connect with people.
I love the case competition idea at John Molson. That is a huge opportunity for students to, obviously, like you mentioned, to network with people, not just students from other countries or faculty or universities from other countries or even from Canada, but also the companies, the sponsors, over the evening, like you mentioned, there's networking event. And that is what helps, especially the international students, to land a job in this, new country they have entered now. So David, let's talk about your in-class experience at the John Molson School of Business. So what was your in-class experience in general, and what was the student ratio as compared to local students versus the international students? And what was your experience have you seen international students struggling in the classroom as compared to the local students there?
Yeah, so I think, I'll start with the ratio. So the ratio is probably around a 60-40 split for locals to internationals. It's pretty close. There are quite a few international students that do attend the program. Again, I don't have the official statistics, but it's in that neighborhood, maybe a little more local. I think it really depends on the personality of the students, the work that's done ahead of time in preparation to coming to the program. What I can say is often you'll get students who maybe they've met already at an international students gathering, at the beginning of the semester, maybe even before the semester started during orientation, right? So then you tend to gravitate to those people and you'll be, we'll take this course together. We sit together. They do the group work together. But it's on the individual student. So if their personality or if their desire is to branch out and really meet everybody in the classroom, then they'll socialize at the break. They'll reach out and say, let's have let's work on a project, because there's a lot of group work that's done. So that opportunity is there. Obviously, the language of instruction is English. So that could present as a challenge for some, depending on their level of English, certainly coming into the classroom. But I think overall the experience is what you make from it, is what, what you desire, what you seek out in terms of your interactions with the community as a whole. Again, there's many different types of committees and societies and associations you can join to be part of the student life of the university. And I think that's an important component. So if you're wanting to integrate into that school and into the community of John Molson and the MBA program, and I'll say, like, the MBA is a tight-knit community. You may not make me best friends with everybody forever, but you'll be friends with them. And if you need a contact, you need to reach out, you're going to reach out, and you'll have that connections. Especially this day, because it's easy, right, through social media to keep that connection going. And I still have some very good friends from that program who I actually saw a couple of them yesterday, right? So it's a community that you build that can help you, whether it be you're seeking for a job or in your work, you're looking for clients, or you need a connection to another client. These are really important factors. So it's really important to plan ahead before you decide to become an international student at any school, and to say, okay, this is how I'm going to experience the program. I'm going to get involved. I'm going to join an association. I'm going to join a committee. I'm going to reach out to locals, and let's experience Montreal through the eyes of a local, which, is not the same as reading a tourist book or something like that. So I think that's really an important component, is to make that decision for yourself. No one can tell you have to, but it's all about, making the best experience, because you're there for 1 or 2 years. And again, winters can be long. And so if you want to engage with people huddled around, in their home, it's nice to have that experience as well.
Right. Thank you very much, David. And I love these two, specifically these 2 points. One is for the international students to prepare well in advance, because, like you said, it's a new country. So usually that's what students make, that's the mistake that students make. They have that we shall see attitude. That they got admission, they got the study permit, and then, we'll see once we reach this new country, we'll be in the classroom, we'll connect with people then. And that's where, it's kind of a game changer thing for those students who actually prepare well in advance. They reach out to their faculty members, and people on LinkedIn, for example. Nowadays, it's beautiful, with the social media. You can reach out to people through Clubhouse, for example, now, yeah? And
right.
There's obviously other, LinkedIn kind of applications where you can really make that connection, and even before you leave your home country. And second is about, like you mentioned, there's a group of students, the local students also, in your classroom. And that's your first go-to guys, to not just understand about the local culture or the job opportunities or the professional culture of different companies, but also just to connect with them, to have that, local experience, right? To engage with people and to enjoy this new country then. And the second go-to guys are your faculty members, because they can really get you in touch with the companies, because they have that network. So yeah, thank you very much for bringing these 2 points. I'm sure international students listening to us today will get a lot of benefit out of these suggestions, these recommendations, that can help them in long run as they plan their overall journey as an international student. David, I really would like to touch, on one more topic. I know our focus topic today is John Molson School of Business, but as you are a faculty of social service program at Dawson College, we do get a lot of students, from different countries coming to Canada for this social service program. One issue I've seen is that they have a mindset that there are only 1 or 2 or just a couple of opportunities after this social service program. But if you can please just give us, as an expert, as a faculty, of the social service program, could you please talk a bit about the program? What are the opportunities in Canada, after the completion of this program, especially for the international students, please?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, the unique part about this technical program is when you do graduate, you graduate with a degree that is something that you could get hired with. And so there are many areas, depending again if you want to work with youth, you can get jobs in group homes, you can get jobs as educators, helping parents who are struggling with, whether it be teenage issues or, young children as well, behavioral issues, social issues. You can also get in hospitals, or you can get jobs in our local, what we call our CLSCs, or local health clinics, basically, that offer social services. So that might be working with seniors who are having isolation issues, right? Often the senior community may not have big families. They may not have people. So you go and you do a friendly visit. You make sure that they have groceries. They have what they need. Another opportunity is if you're into the community side of things. We have a lot of community organizations in Montreal that are helping with the homeless, or that run activities for our youth after school, for seniors during the day. So there's all sorts of different jobs in various sectors. It could be immigration. Maybe that's something near and dear to somebody's heart, where it's like, oh, we're coming to a new country, and I was supported through this process. Now I want to help support people coming into Canada as well. So there's a lot of programs there, especially recently we've had a big influx of immigrants coming to Canada from various countries around the world. And then it's, okay, now I'm in Canada, now what? How do I get housing? How do I get financing, if I need some support? And so on and so forth. So the field of social service is quite broad, and that's really nice because it does open the door, and the jobs are there. There's plenty of jobs. We have a lot of graduates from our program who go out. They leave our program, and you could go on to university if you want to go on and do more studies. Some do, but a lot of students do go on. They get jobs in the field. And then sometimes later in life, they decide, okay, now I'll go back to university. But first they wanted to get a feel for the job and the area of social services. And what I could add to that as part of our program is also that our students do internships over the course of the 3 years. So it's really nice for them, is they get that experience. They get that opportunity to try out, working with different populations in different areas. And then when they graduate, they'll often get a job right after. With that third year, wherever they did their internship in the third year, often will hire our students if they like it, if it's a good match, and so on. So.
Thank you very much, David, for joining us today. And you have shared some really good, insights, valuable insights to not just John Molson School of Business, but also, as a faculty at Dawson College, you talked about the social service program. It is really going to help the international students who are listening to us today. So thank you very much for showing up. And just to put it out there for you guys, the international students who are listening to us today, David is part of our Grad Wins Club, which we are going to launch next month, especially for you guys. It's a community of mentors, companies, individuals, experts, in Canada that can help you reach, and achieve your goals. They are there to mentor you. We'll talk more about it next month. You can find the link in the description. But I'm also going to mention David's email address because he's always there to help you guys. So if you have any questions regarding John Molson School of Business or regarding the social service program in general, please reach out to David as he's there to help you guys out. David, thank you very much again for showing up today. Anything you would want to say before we end the session?
My pleasure. I'm happy to help. I hope I've helped some students out there who are considering either of these two programs or just being an international student in general, wherever you choose to go, right? There's a lot of work that has to go into it beforehand. So good luck to everybody out there in your application processes and in your studies. And certainly, like Levraj said, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'd be happy to respond, and we can connect that way.
Lovely. Thank you very much, David, one more time. And I usually don't say these things on the YouTube video, but I always try my best to say this. Guys, please like the video, subscribe the channel, and leave a comment if you have any questions. If you want me to, be better at the videos next time, then please, interact with us in the comment section. I'm going to come back with a new video with a new guest and talk about a new school or maybe something that can help you as an international student achieve your goals and aim for win as you come to Canada. Thank you very much. You guys have a lovely day wherever you are in the world.